I always was interested in music. I took piano lessons as a young kid from like 4th grade to 8th grade, and I continued playing. It wasn't until I was age 32 where I took lessons on music theory and I learned theory. In college I took an art course that I had to take in order to graduate, and it just so happened that I took a course that was with people, a major art course. And it stuck with me, and I stayed with it, and it wasn't up until my son got in an accident about 5 years ago in Italy, and he was an art major and a graphic arts designer. So when he was recovering from his injury, I sort of got into art, and it was more or less of a thing to inspire him to get better. So I would go down into my little studio that I had, my music studio, and I'd come up with these different paintings, and they weren't all that good, I know that, and he was being an artist, he would look at them and laugh and say, "Keep going at it, Dad, you know, encourage me." And it was sort of like I did it for myself, but mostly for him to get motivated and to start thinking about the things that he always loved to do and wanted to continue doing, you know. My son was the inspiration behind like giving me the push for art. I've always had this thing about music. Back about, like I would say about 15, 16 years ago, a couple of us guys were sitting around, we wanted to form a band. And we did like other bands, so where there were copy bands and so forth. So we said, let's do an original band, write our own music. And I always wanted to, and I started writing my own songs, but I didn't want to associate myself with the name Bernard Sokolowskis. So I said, let's get it like an alter ego type, and which I did. And I thought of the name Billy, which is a name that I got from a Lou Reed song, who I always liked Lou Reed's type of music. And Clarksville, which is from the Monkees song, Take the Last Train to Clarksville. So these are the things that I do as a hobby. Instead of, you can work all day and you come home, you're beat, and it's nothing like doing this. My son, being a graphic artist and designer, he did quite a bit with video, and he's the one that had the idea. It's fun. He tells me, he'll say, "Dad, I want you to go over here and talk to those people over there. Maybe there might be a gang, a couple people of 3 or 4 women. He wants to get a shot." And I'll go, "I'm a little shy," and I'll walk up there. He'll go, "Go, talk to him. So he tries to get the shot. I feel really good doing it because it's a way of writing your own song, expressing yourself, and then to see it kind of acted out into a video, and to see him, what he does with these videos is marvelous. I mean, he's great. Just the way he edits things. Hopefully someday he'll be able to do these things, you know. But he's got a knack for art, a knack for editing. He's got a good eye. These projects definitely have gotten us closer. We were always close, and I think the reason why he's an artist and all that is because, you know, there's always something in the house. There was the piano playing. There was, you know, the music was a big part of our lives, and art. And I think he saw some of my art, even though it was kind of probably wouldn't be all that great. And I'm trying to be, you know, honest. But he took it to a different level. So he took an interest in art. Went to Chicago for art school, and it's something that we talk about, from photography to art to video. It's a common thing, a common thing that we have together, and that we share and that we both enjoy together. So it's one thing. I mean, I would love to be, you know, some fathers talk with their sons about football, you know, basketball and all that. Our conversations have a lot to do with, you know, different, you know, colors and productions and things like that. You know, he's more technical than I am, obviously, you know, but it's just a good hobby to be involved with, something to do. If I retired, which I doubt I'll ever retire, because I don't know if I'll ever see the end of working the way things are going, you know, because, you know, we're busy. I got 4 kids. I go through college, and so I'm, you know, that's understood that I'll be working probably for a long time. But if I was able to retire, I know I could keep myself for sure occupied. I would be one of those guys that would be bored. I would, you know, love to have, you know, the time to do things.
The many sides of Bernie. All right, when we come back, the restaurant really comes alive. We're going to find out what's on today's menu, see how they get the people through the door, and a whole lot more on the Tremont area, as That's Live from Sokolowskis continues right after this. Keep rolling those. Come on, fast. They're going to be here any minute, Bernie.